You're not new. You're not even a rookie. You've been at this game for 2, maybe even 12 years. You're stuck though. 12 million, 14 million. You know you got more in you. You just have to tap into what's holding you back. This episode is dedicated to all of those mortgage professionals out there that know they have more in them, but something's just holding you back. If you're ready to do better and you're ready to grow, this episode, well, it's tailor-made for you. Check this out. They don't teach this shit in school, but they should. Welcome to the Loan Officer Podcast, hosted by me, Dustin Owen, one of the most influential people in the mortgage industry, along with my friends who've lived it, built it, failed at it, fixed it, and scaled it. This is not a show just for mortgage professionals. This is everything I learned because I became a mortgage loan originator. This is the Loan Officer Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children 18 plus, you are tuned in to the Loan Officer Podcast with me, Dustin Owen, and with me from the TLOP team, I got my right-hand man, Marketing Mike, and with us in spirit, but not on camera because she's feeling a little bit under the weather. You call her Special K. We call her Karina Mojica. What's up, Mike?
What's up? What's happening today?
Yeah, well, we'd ask Karina what's up, but she's not speaking to us right now. Yeah, well, she's not speaking to anybody. For those that don't know, Karina just celebrated her 25th birthday.
Yes.
She and a bunch of friends went down to Puerto Rico. What? Puerto Rico. And somebody came back with no voice.
Right. That's Karina. We're looking at her right now.
Whoa, she's giggling and
laughing. But she
laughing.
is not on camera.
Yeah, we've been talking so much smack to her all day long.
Yeah.
Someone's going to have to rescue Karina at some point.
Yeah.
Someone's going to have to come in here and put us boys in check.
Yep.
She basically has to hang out with Unc 1 and Unc 2.
That's right.
For an entire day, once a week.
Poor girl.
And this time she can't even fight back because she lost her voice.
Right.
So
we can say what we want.
We can say whatever we want in taste.
Yeah.
Keep
right,
it professional.
Right.
Yeah. So so she's down in Puerto Rico, which is the Caribbean. Guess what's else in the Caribbean, Mike? You and me in like T-minus 30 days.
I'm so excited. And Karina, actually.
Karina will be there.
TLOP Unite.
Yeah, but we have to bring her mom to babysit. Remember that?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Her mom's babysitting my children.
We have to bring her mom to babysit.
I know.
Oh, your children? I thought she'd babysitting her own children.
Oh, yeah.
I thought she was going to
forgot.
babysit.
That's right. She was supposed to babysit you.
Oh, do you know how hard my your mom jokes are going to hit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so hard.
100%.
Yeah, but you know what, Karina, you can get me back because in 2027. So for those that haven't been tuning in and you're like, what are they talking about? We have this event. It's called TLOP Unite. It's happening in September.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's kind of our first ever event.
Yep.
Our goal was to have 150. As of today, when we record this, we have over 167 people registered for the event. And I know we still have room for a handful more.
It's going to be a blast.
I don't think by the time this drops, we'll have that. I think that handful will be gone.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you're kind of interested, you can always shoot me a message on LinkedIn, first name Dustin, last name Owen, and I can let you know. If not, you can join the waiting list for next year. But next year, all of the your mom jokes that I'm going to have to Karina, my mom's going to come on next year's boat. She already, Mike, she is so tired of seeing the ads that you're running on Meta for them.
Yeah, good.
I go, well, quit engaging in my content, Mom, and the algorithm
and you
will
won't
quit feeding
see anymore.
it to you.
Yep.
But she and my dad are actually out of town doing like this 3-week trip out west.
Yeah.
So, and it's actually her birthday, September 14th.
They already did Africa, right?
Yeah, they did Africa. Now they're going out to like
cool.
Montana, Wyoming, Snake River. They're doing like Glacier National Park. Yeah, they're retired.
Yeah.
So they're doing what retired people do. And it's pretty cool because it's a school bus driver and electrician.
Yeah. Show
the rest of us how you are able to retire and live this glorious retirement life if you play your cards right.
Money management.
And yeah, you save and invest at an early age, and you do so for 4 decades consistently.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Karina, who can hear me but can't speak back, next year when we have over 300 people on the TLOP Unite Caribbean Takeover event, then my mom's going to be on there. And anything that I do to embarrass you in front of your mom, you have full permission to do 2x that with me.
Payback, yeah.
Yes, I always know payback is hell.
Yeah.
Look, this mouth of mine has made me a ton of money.
Yeah.
It has also backed my ass into a lot of corners. It has forced me to get really tough.
Yep.
Because unfortunately, it definitely goes both ways.
Yeah.
Kind of like today's episode.
Yeah.
It's going to cut both ways.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love this episode. Scripting it out with you guys just 5 minutes ago, I'm pulling from this week's career advisory.
Yes.
So a service that we launched this year officially, I've been doing it unofficially for 5-6 years now, but unofficially is we do career advisory services. If you have a question regarding your career and you want a third-party point of view, you want to leverage my experience in the industry, we literally have an entire section on our website. You can go to it right now, tloponline.com, and you can literally fill out an inquiry, and I will really call your ass.
Yep.
And we'll work through whatever it is that you're trying to work through.
Yep.
Now, you also run content on Meta where people also can see the content where we're inviting you to do the same. You click the content, you give us your information, then I actually reach out to you and I call you.
Yeah, and that's what's cool is you reach out to
I
them.
do it. This is me.
It's literally Dustin Owen.
It's not AI.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's not an assistant. It's actually me.
Yep.
Now, if you don't pick up, then yes, I may have one of my team members reach out to you with an email, but it's me that makes the initial phone call. Well, it's these phone calls and these conversations that I'm having that honestly I need to thank for today's content. And it's because recently I've come across several originators that one guy's been in the business for 7 years, one girl's been in the business for 3 years, and someone else was honestly like right in the middle. And they were literally, one's in Florida, one's in Ohio, and one was in Nebraska or Missouri. I kind of get that part of the country sometimes confused with my geography, but it's kind of irrelevant to the podcast episode. But although they're geographically different, male, female, one was a broker. Literally, one works for a bank and one works for an IMB. So I can't as I think through this, I'm like, okay, cool. It's a cool sample size.
Yep.
But they all ask the same question, which is, I've made it through my first 2 years, which are the toughest. I'm making a 6-figure income, but we all know 6 figures to most people. If you're saying 6 figures, it means 104.
Yeah.
It means 108. It doesn't mean $180, $225, or $400. And that's what this profession is, the opportunity that's out there. And so they're like, it's not that I haven't made, it's not that I'm not closing loans, it's not that I'm not making decent money or I can't pay my bills, but I just feel like I'm missing something. I'm feeling like I need more. So we're going to turn these conversations that I've had over the past 7 to 10 days, and we're going to turn it into a podcast episode. Cool.
I'm excited.
What you're going to do, Mike, is you're going to sit there and look pretty.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yep. And you're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
And you're going to do your best to throw in some commentary.
Yeah.
When it makes sense.
No, sounds good to me.
But
Perfect.
Before we do it, we got to pay some bills.
We got to pay the bills.
So we're going to take a quick pause so we can hear from today's show sponsor. Check this out. Y'all, something big is happening at Lower Mortgage. And if you're paying attention to this industry, you've probably noticed. In just the last month alone, Lower has added some serious horsepower. We're talking top producers representing over $350 million in volume. These aren't rookies kicking tires. These are heavy hitters who've done their homework and made the move. That should tell you something. On top of that, Lower just acquired Movoto, a top 5 real estate portal with over 150 visitors just last year. Before that, they brought in Neat Labs, and now they're launching Lower OS, a next-gen mortgage platform that's cutting loan delivery times down to 10 days. This isn't a company standing still. Lower doubled their volume last year, and they're projecting another 40 to 50% growth this year. The best in the business are taking notice, and they're voting with their feet. Here's the reality. The companies that are going to win in this market are the ones investing in technology, building real infrastructure, and competing at scale. Lower is doing all of that. They're going head to head with the Rockets of the world, and they're built for originators, not against them. If you're a producer who wants to be a part of something that's actually going somewhere, not just surviving, but growing, this is the moment. Lower Mortgage, the momentum is real. And we're back. So I've been thinking long and hard, like that whole entire commercial break. I've been thinking exactly like, how do we want to lay this out?
Okay.
Like, what's my story arc? Where's my angle? Where's the tie down? Where's the takeaway? And I want to start with the Captain Obvious moment. The Captain Obvious moment, so you can tune me out if you're like, yeah, don't need to hear this again. Anything I'm going to share with you is not new. It is not new.
Right.
Everything I'm going to share with you is what is true. It is what works. And it's so simple that you're going to like put your palm of your hand to your forehead and want to say, duh.
Yeah.
But the issue is you're not doing it.
This is the 80 of the 80-20.
Yes. This is the 80.
What works. This is the 80.
Yes. I'm going to come coach you. I'm going to make you dominate the basics.
Yep.
The 80%.
Yep.
The boring AF stuff. It's no different than someone saying, hey, I want to be healthy. And someone goes, cool. Eat real food.
Mm-hmm.
Eat more plants than you do meats.
Yep.
And eat only the calories you need.
Yeah.
And by the way, go exercise. You're like, oh, well, that's stupid. I already know that.
Well, that's the 80.
And I'm like, yeah, MFer, but you're not doing it.
Right.
So like, where are you missing out that you want to be a healthier person, but you're not willing to learn what foods are processed and what aren't, learn what it means to have a balanced diet and to, not overeat, but also not to undereat. That's also an issue.
Right.
And then like what part of go move your body, get your heart rate elevated and keep it elevated for 50 minutes or more, incorporate some strength training, do you not understand?
Yep.
But for whatever reason, maybe you don't know how to do it. So maybe you need to hire someone to come in and teach you how to shop, teach you how to make meals out of this food. Maybe they teach you how to journal what you eat, how to track what you eat. And then maybe on the exercise part, you need someone to come and show you which exercises to do, how to use the equipment, and what your heart rate should be versus what your heart rate should not be.
Right.
Maybe that's what they need.
Maybe.
Okay.
Right.
But on the lending side, that's what we're going to do today.
Love it.
But the aha moment is it's non-existent here because the advice to all three people, and all three, again, different states, different channels, male, female, different parts of their career, but the same exact advice. So it's the advice that I can give to you, knowing that it's going to hit, it's going to resonate. So it starts with this. Let's start with the guy in Tallahassee. Okay. And
go Knowles.
Maybe.
Florida
I
State.
say go Knowles.
Go Knowles.
I'm going to Tallahassee on Friday.
I love it.
I'm driving my daughter back up to Tallahassee so she can enroll in this fall semester.
Yeah.
She's super excited.
She should
I'm going
be.
to wear my Florida State shirt.
Yeah, great school.
Second time all year I'm going to wear a Florida State shirt. I'm going to wear it on Friday when I drop her off. I'm going to wear it for Parents Weekend when I go up there in September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so talk to him. The dude's killing it. He's a great salesman. He told it to me and I picked it up on our phone call. He's a phenomenal salesman. But when I start asking him questions like, hey, walk me through your typical day. Walk me through your typical week. What do you track? What do you measure? Doesn't track, doesn't measure. He could tell me how many units he's funded year to date, what volume he's done. He could tell me how they compare to last year. But he couldn't tell me how many leads he's generated and from whom.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's not a good start.
No, but the good news is it's super fixable.
Yeah.
It's super fixable. So then I started asking him questions such as this. Hey, walk me through your marketing strategy. And again, marketing strategy, he's like, well, like I just kind of go to work every day and I just kind of do things. I'm like, yeah, but don't you have a plan that you're following? Like, do you have a strategy? Again, if I'm trying to lose 13 pounds, if I'm trying to gain 25 pounds of muscle, if I'm trying to get faster on my half marathon mile splits, whatever the case may be, I'm probably going to have something that I'm tracking and something that I'm measuring. And it just was non-existent. So I just kind of started going through his normal work day, work week, and what his sales activities were. So he's not doing a monthly event. I'm like, that's an easy fix.
Yep.
He doesn't have a top 100 VIP circle of influence. Those men and women have not heard from him in the past 2 years, if not ever. Those men and women have not been adopted as what I call past clients. I love, here's a nugget. Adopt your circle of influence as if they're already clients, right? So anything you're doing for your past clients, you should be doing for them.
What was his or her production at? Where?
I think this person will do like 20 million this year.
Do you think they're ready for like a CRM type of deal?
I mean, it's beyond CRM. And that's one thing I'd want people to take away from this.
Yeah.
A CRM doesn't fix any of your problems.
We've talked about it.
Like
right.
Your habits, your strategy, having habits, like all a CRM is a tool to help you deploy your strategy It's a tool to allow your habits to become more consistent, or I look at it as it's my safety net, right? If I'm the trapeze artist at the top of the tent, like my safety net's what's going to catch me if I get off balance.
I just look at it as a database.
Well,
at least.
Okay, cool. Again, I don't want to overcomplicate things for people. I mean, I love where you're going. You're marketing Mike for a reason.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Like, I know exactly where you're angling. But I try to strip away every excuse. Loan originators, oh, my company doesn't have a CRM, or my company's CRM sucks, or cool. I'm going to teach you how to do $2-3 million a year without even needing a CRM.
Yeah.
I just need this guy to have an Excel spreadsheet with 100 of his top 100 circle of influence people, the men and women who are the most like meaningful to him. I need them first name, last name, email address, phone number, home address, ideally.
Love it.
I also want him to have a personal conversation with each of them about what he does for a living and how they can help them. Okay, these are all things that we actually coach and teach when we put loan originators through our boot camps, right? This is I'm giving you some of the homework assignments that we force our students to go do. And then once they've done that, his next list, and you're right, if you had a CRM, it's super easy to house that data inside your CRM. And if it's housed inside of a CRM, it's super easy to click 3 buttons and have an entire email or text blast go to those people with whatever message you want to do. So it makes it a lot easier to deploy your marketing strategy when you have a CRM. So the next thing I say, hey, walk me through your top 200 realtor list. Didn't have one. I go, who are the agents that you're intentionally doing everything you can to stay in front of? Ask for more referrals and try to grow that relationship. Like, where are the agents that you don't know, but you want to get to know them? Like, you need to have a list. So that's not being done. I'm like, okay. So then I got into walk me through the events that you're going to on a monthly basis, not going to events. Walk me through the events you're hosting. He's not hosting events. I go, then walk me through the newsletter that you sign. The newsletter that you send. I said sign. Send. And he's like, well, my company, I don't know. My company's newsletter sucks. I go, of course your company's newsletter sucks. I go, your company's newsletter is supposed to suck. But you are not your company, and these people are working with you before they work for your company.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, you got to work. You got to write in 40 minutes or less, write and send the best newsletter. I go, and I know this can be done because I do it every week. Y'all, it takes me 15 minutes to write our newsletter. 15. It takes Mark 15 minutes to send it.
Yep.
So we have gotten our total process down to under 40 minutes, and it goes out to 10,000 plus mortgage professionals, and it's quality. Is it Wall Street Journal quality? Hell to the no. It's the best newsletter I can write and send in 40 minutes.
But to our $18 to $20 million producer, you're saying their list is going to live, let's say, in an Excel sheet, and they're going to take the emails in that Excel sheet and make a newsletter and send it out to that list.
At some point, yes.
Cool.
No, I want you using a Beehive or a MailChimp.
Yeah.
And I don't want you sending your newsletter through Outlook. However, if you send your newsletter through Outlook,
then you get like 40 emails BCC'd before it's an issue.
Yeah, it's better than not sending one at all.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's better than not sending one at all. So, for this particular person, there's nothing wrong with his production. He makes good money. He's good at what he does. People know him. As he says, and I've witnessed, he's really good at sales. Meaning when he gets in front of someone, he builds that trusting relationship pretty quickly. When he gets a lead, he probably does everything he can to increase his probability of converting it. But systematically, there was nothing there. As a coach, I love this because this guy could spend $2,000 a month for the next 6 months. I'd probably get him lined up with someone like a Coach Brian or a Coach Scott, and I would let them meet with him every other week for an hour, plus he'd have access to everything in the TLOP coaching community, right? So that's our Tuesday coaching calls, our Thursday sales trainings, and having access to the other coaches Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whenever we're coach on call. And as long as he's willing to do what we ask him to do and he does his homework, we can double his production overnight. Now, it won't be overnight. We'll double his production over the next first 6, but then ultimately 12 to 18 months. 6 months to learn it, 6 months to implement everything, because we're not just telling you what to do. We're teaching you how to do it, and we're stressing to you why it's important. But he could also save his money and do it himself. The problem is, will he? The problem is, will he? Will he actually learn how to eat that elephant one bite at a time?
It takes a really rare personality to be able to have self-accountability.
Yes. I mean,
it's hard, dude.
It's drive, it's discipline, it's
Yeah.
organization, it's execution, and then the big C word, consistency.
Yeah.
Can you be consistent
Right.
with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was looking at myself like, I don't need someone coaching me to go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do that on my own. But if I want to improve, I need someone coaching me.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, I'll continue to go to the gym. I will stay fit, but I'm going to be as strong as I'm going to be. I'm going to have the same exact body fit that I'm going to have. But if I hire a nutritionist and I have to turn in my food log, and if I hire a trainer, and if that trainer is going to be logging my workouts for me, I know I'm going to get stronger, and then I know my nutrition is going to get realigned, which means I'm going to get healthier. And yes, for me, healthier is to lose 13 pounds of belly fat, right? That to me would be healthier. It's also very vain of me, but that's what I'd want. Same thing applies in the professional life.
Mm-hmm.
This guy can do everything, but for those that are tuning in and they're like, dude, you've told me everything that I already know what to do. And I'm going to look at it and say, but you're not doing it. But you're not doing it. You're going to get on that next call to learn about that next AI software
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't generate you a lead, but you're thinking there has to be something out there that I haven't heard before. There has to be something out there that is going to be the Ozempic shot for my business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, nah, dog. Like, nah.
Set
I'm
boots
not-
on the ground and hard work.
Yeah, I'm not
Like-
seeing it. Yeah, like there's something to be said about, deploy all of that. Like let's go back and recap it. I told him to create a top 100 VIP list.
Mm-hmm.
Then I told him to call all 100. And he's calling all 100 not to beg them to do a loan or sell them anything. It's to ask them to refer him to realtors, builders, financial advisors, and divorce attorneys, and to ask for permission. And I gave him the scripts to do so, which we don't have time for that on this show. And quite honestly, I think scripts are something you should have to pay for through coaching.
Mm-hmm.
But I gave him the scripts that also allow him to ask for permission to adopt them as a past client. Well, now if you're a past client of mine, here's what you're getting from me. I'm celebrating your birthday. I am doing an annual mortgage review for you. I'm at least offering it. I'm making it hard for you to say no.
Yeah.
That means I have a process. I text you, I call you, I email you multiple times all in 1 week to get you to book an appointment. And I stress the importance of the meeting as well as how easy it is and non-intrusive,
Mm-hmm.
right? Using certain language. I then record and send a quarterly video market update. That goes to my entire database. So that's realtors, past clients, current clients, prospective clients, and my circle of influence. Well, that guy that I talked to also wasn't doing these things. But that would be step 1. Step 2 is create my top 200 realtor list. Now, what am I going to do to market to those people? Is it a social strategy? Is it a newsletter strategy? With me, it's both.
Yeah.
I have a social strategy. I have a newsletter strategy. I also have a call 20 of them every single Monday with one of these 3 scripts type strategy.
Yeah. Point is to touch them.
Yes.
Multiple
What
times.
event are you attending once a month? What event are you hosting?
Yeah.
No and no, neither, not doing one. Cool. Pick an event, start going to it. Pick an event, start hosting it. And then we got into the newsletter. It's like all of these things are so basic,
Mm-hmm.
but they need to be implemented in a habitual way as well as a strategic way.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to go from 8 to 18, from 18 to 36, like the advice is going to be pretty similar. Now, at some point, yes, we're probably going to talk about needing a loan officer assistant. We probably will. We'll probably start talking about needing a CRM.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the advice. Now, if I fast forward and I talk about the younger originator, because that dude was in his mid to late 30s. This originator, she's still in her 20s. So she's still in her 20s. She's been at this 2, maybe going on 3 years. And I think she'll do like 11 million this year. So not bad, right? She's in a mid-market in the living in Ohio. She'll make, based on her comp plan net, this is somewhere about $120 to $140. And then same thing. She was like, how do these people do 50 million? How do they do 100? I want to be the next. And she started like, naming names, like some big names in the industry that do very well.
Mm-hmm.
Loan officers, if 2026 is going to be your breakout year, this matters. Most originators don't struggle because of rates. They struggle because they don't have systems, structure, or accountability. I'm Coach Christy with TLOP's Originator Coaching. Originator Launch is a 16-week small group coaching program designed to help you build a real business, not just close the next loan. You'll get weekly live coaching, proven scripts used by top producers, real accountability, homework that actually moves the needle, and 2 private one-on-one calls with your coach. This program is capped at just 10 originators, so the attention is personal and the results are real. This isn't a course you watch. It's coaching you execute. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building with intention, apply now. Spots are limited, and once they're gone, enrollment closes. Register today.
Do you think I gave her any advice that was like mind-blowing?
Same advice, I would imagine.
Yeah. So I
put yourself out there. Network.
We started with the end in mind.
Yeah.
Right. So Coach Gwen for us is a huge start with the end in mind person.
Yeah.
It's how she built her Gwenpire.
Yeah.
Was starting with the end in mind. So I said, well, what's your end goal? And she said, 50 million. I said, why? She goes, sounds like a good number. I said, you need to give me something better than that.
Nice.
Like, is it income? Like, if it's 50 million and you're going to earn 600 grand, why 600? Well, because that's a lot of money. I go, I agree it's a lot of money, but what are you going to do with $600,000? Like, like you start coaching people, you take a holistic approach. So it's like you're earning 600. Well, 120 that's out the door in taxes pretty quickly, leaves you with 480, right? If you save another 120, now you're down to 360, and then you may have some state taxes you have to adhere to. Maybe you have some health insurance costs you have to adhere to, and then all of a sudden you may be staring down the barrel of 325. And with 325, what are you really looking to do with that money? And how long do you think that money is going to last? And how long do you need the money to last? And how did you come up with 600? So like with her, we went that angle. And then once I dug and I peeled back the layers of the onion, we realized why the number was 50, right? And the number was 50 because it would make her number one in her company. She works for a smaller company. And it was because she wanted to make 600 grand a year. And we like that income for multiple reasons. Cool. What are you doing right now? And we walked through it. And now she's doing a couple things in her business that are like A+ clutch. She is doing events, and she does 2 events every single month.
How many people ish is she getting? Did you guys go that far?
Yeah. Her lunch and learns are pulling in 8 to 12.
Nice.
And
good.
her community events are pulling in somewhere between 16 and 20.
Cool.
And she's super active on social. Like really, I'm talking, she posts probably twice a day.
Yeah.
Twice a day. She expands her network. She's doing stories. She's doing carousels. Like that's a big part of who she is. It's also a big part of her generation.
Would you put her in the advisor phase in her career, or operator, or she's not Rainmaker yet?
No, but
she wants to be Rainmaker.
What's really interesting is she's doing all the Rainmaker activities.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So her advice was like, for her, it was cool. I want you to continue doing what you're doing, but here's what she couldn't answer for me. It was, what is your return on your time?
Yeah.
What's your return on your energy? I said, because what she's doing on social is a lot of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a lot of energy.
Yep.
And I was like, and how much of this can be outsourced? Or there's a thing called law of diminishing returns. So for her, it was, do you need to post twice a day, or is once a day enough?
Right.
Do you need to be on 3 platforms, or is two platforms plenty? And could you go deeper instead of going wider? So like we had that discussion.
Nice.
And don't get me wrong, I love the fact that she was doing a community event and she was doing a realtor event. But I started asking her, where do you get the biggest bang for your time? Well, it wasn't the community events.
It was the realtor events.
It was a realtor
event. Of course,
yeah. Community events. She doesn't have a partner. It's typically something being done like on the weekend.
Community, like direct to consumer, like
like she was working like farmers markets and bark and brews.
It's hard, man.
And it's just
the consumer plays hard.
It is. It's a very hard play. It's a lower it's a lower quality lead. It's a longer time frame lead.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I like that you're doing this, but I said, I don't like the amount of time. I think you could do these quarterly and not do these monthly.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I love what you're doing with the realtor, but can you tell me more about it? Like, what are you doing to follow up with these realtors that come? And she's like, I'm not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. So again, I said, can you show me your top 200 realtor list? And she was like, deer in the headlights. Like, okay, do you have a list of who are the people most important to you? Deer in the headlights. So for her, I'm like, I reiterated, if you were to get married in the next 2 years, who all would you invite to your wedding? She's like 27, 28. She's probably in that time frame where she's probably thinking about marriage over the next, I don't know, 2 to 6 years.
Yeah.
I said, do those people know what you do for a living? Do those people know how you can help them? Oh, I don't want to go sell my friends, and my friends aren't, most of them still live at home with mom, and they're still trying to figure out their career. They're not as advanced as I am. I said, I get it.
They'll need a mortgage eventually.
Yeah, I said, don't get me wrong. I lived it.
Yeah.
I was 23, engaged, 24, married, 25 with a baby. Like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but it doesn't mean I didn't ask Kevin Murphy to refer me to 2 realtors. And he did, Frank and Todd.
Love it.
Like, I literally got Frank and Todd. It doesn't mean I didn't reach out to Jason and ask him, right? Jason put me in contact with his girlfriend at the time, and that's where I got my first loan from.
Yeah.
I didn't ask Jason to move out of his mom's house. Like, he didn't do that until he was like in his 30s, right? But it didn't mean that I didn't ask him to help me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, we got to be more intentional. You're not bothering these people. So then it just reminded me the same advice I basically gave to the guy in Tallahassee, although he's further along in life. He's further along in his career.
Yeah.
He's doing 20 million. She's doing 11. But they both were pretty disorganized in terms of having no real plan. They both were great at getting up every morning, put on their uniform, and going to work. And when they were at work, they were going to do something that day to help move the needle. However, like most entrepreneurs, and you and I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, you have your own collection of small businesses.
Yep.
And Mike and I start underwriting other businesses to invest in. And these entrepreneurs, the good ones, are like a little bit like sheepishly embarrassed. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't be sorry. Like, you're being sorry for being normal. You're being sorry for getting this far on your own.
Right.
I'm like, we're coming in because we want to help 5X you, 10X you.
Because we're impressed by what you built.
Because we're impressed.
For the foundation.
Yes. I go, you're normal. If you're a hot mess,
I
said, because you do what everyone else hasn't done.
Yep.
Right? Like, you and I are looking to invest in a company already doing $1 million a year in revenue.
Yeah.
Right? But behind the scenes, you're like, holy shit, hot mess.
Yeah.
But what that person doesn't understand is how difficult it even is to reach a 7-figure revenue.
To get to that hot mess.
To get to the hot mess.
Yeah,
Exactly. So to the loan originators, like the guy in Florida and then the girl in Ohio, congratulations.
Yeah.
You have done what everyone else refuses to do. You get up every morning, you go to work after you put on your uniform, and you get after it. But what we're trying to do is, if you want to double or triple your business, keep doing those things that you're doing, but let's do it with more intentionality, more clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start tracking and documenting. We have to inspect what we expect.
Law of diminishing returns, like you said, is so important.
Understand,
like,
yeah. Well, it's not just ROI, it's ROE, ROT. We're like, I'm going to be keynoting about that 3 times over the next 3 months.
Yep.
Where originators in Oklahoma, originators in the Bahamas, and there are U.S. originators that are going to the Bahamas with us.
Right.
And originators in Orlando are going to hear me talk about ROT and ROE and how important your time is. So, that was her. Pretty similar advice, though.
Yeah.
And then when I go out to the guy who is in, let's call it Nebraska. I think it's Missouri, though. But I want to say he's like kind of in that like border. So Western Missouri.
Yeah.
But anyhow, if memory serves me correctly, you got to think, I get a chance to talk to like 5-6 originators a day.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, that's 30 a week. That's, roughly 100 plus a month. I don't always have the best memory. I got good notes though. I can go back and look at my notes. But this guy was 20 years. Like, he's 20 years, been around the block, but he'll do 15 million this year.
Yeah.
He did 16 million last year. He did 30 million in COVID, but that don't count.
Mm-hmm.
right? So he had those couple $30 million years, but there's nothing wrong with doing 15 million. He's making $160, $180 a year net at the end of the day, but he wants more. Like, he knows what other people are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's with a large organization. So, like, you get no love at a large organization when you're doing 15, 16 million because you're not even, like, making President's Club.
No.
And first question I asked him, because he's 20 plus years, I said, be honest with me and be honest with you. I said, you don't lie to me, but be honest with yourself. You're doing less production this year than last year. What changed? And by the way, the answer can't be the market. What changed? Activity. His activity changed.
Okay.
I'm like,
he answered correctly. Like, he answered that?
Yeah.
Or did he at first say, well, I think the market changed?
No, because I wouldn't let him. I'm like, it can't be the market.
It can't be the market. Love it.
Yeah. It can't be the market.
Right.
Market's always going to change.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first thing that came to my head that he was going to say.
Yeah, of course. But no, it's not the market. And he goes, I got to admit, I go, okay, cool. Can we discuss the why?
Mm-hmm.
We dug a little deep. Like, I had this philosophy. You've heard me say it before. In life as well as in business, it's a marathon and not a sprint. But during a marathon, there will be times that you're sprinting. There's times that you're running, times that you're walking. And for some people, there's occasionally a time that you crawl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The answer is not to never crawl. The answer is that when we're crawling, we got to have a damn good reason that is explainable, and it is momentarily and temporary.
Mm-hmm.
In business, a parent died, a kid got sick, you're getting married, you're getting divorced, your house that was supposed to CO 60 days ago, Steven, and didn't CO, and you're living in a hotel.
Right.
Like, these are all things that happen to us in life that would, hey, if you crawl as your sales leader, I got to know that.
Yeah.
And I just got to give you the moment before I start asking you to start picking up the pace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We walk when we have to, but we try to eliminate walking. We sprint with intentionality. If you're sprinting, you're catching up or you're trying to get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ever catch someone sprinting, I'm going to say straight up, Mike, why are you sprinting, dude? Oh, dog, I got to get ahead. Why are you getting ahead? Well, because I'm behind on my retirement savings, or because I know next year is going to be a bear of a year. I'm going to deal with this big personal issue. I'm trying to create some space.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be. But sprinting is temporary, and then the rest of the time that we spend running. So I asked this guy, the Nebraska guy, hey, what's getting in the way? And we kind of walked through, and I realized that for the most part, nothing really got in the way besides himself. He had a little woe is me, right? Some self-doubt was creeping in. He lost his energy. So then we looked at his environment.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, anything different about your environment? He goes, nope. I said, it's the same environment. Walk me through it. Well, he's working from home every day. Every single day he's working from home. I said, tell me about your community. Like, do you go hang out with other mortgage professionals? Are you part of a mastermind group? Do you go to Mortgage Bankers Association meetings? Do you go to conferences?
It's a no.
It was a no to all of it.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, simple solution for you. Let's change your environment. Now, I didn't give that to the first two people because they didn't have environmental issues.
No.
This guy, if we're talking about what you need to do to double or triple your business, for some of you, you have to change your environment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to get better for my triathlons. I go train with other triathletes. I can train at home. There's nothing wrong with it. I live on a freaking awesome community trail.
Yeah.
That I can go on a 30-mile run and be on a paved trail in the shade. Yet I choose to go meet. I drive 30 minutes for this.
Yeah.
I can do it in my backyard. But why? They make me better.
Yeah.
They make me better. The conversations we have make me better. Their pace makes me better. Their energy makes me better. If I want to get better, I don't stay at home and train. I go train with others, right? So same thing applies to business. So the first thing I told this guy, and this is free advice.
If you're a licensed originator who's closing loans, but you're not consistent, this is for you. If you're brand new or just looking for motivation, trust me, this is not for you. Most LOs don't need more information. They need structure. They need proven processes and somebody to hold them accountable. TLOP's Originator Coaching gives you weekly live coaching, scripts top producers actually use, and step-by-step business systems you can implement immediately. Not someday, we're talking day one. You're not watching videos alone. You're executing in real time with other originators who take this seriously. Right now, you can try it free for 2 weeks. That's 2 full weeks for free. You'll sit in on live coaching calls. You'll get access to the frameworks and see exactly how top producers run their business. If it creates clarity, if it creates momentum, or even if it puts wins on the board, you keep going. If it doesn't, no worries, you can cancel. No pressure at all. Click the link, start the 2-week trial, and finally, build this like a business, not a side hustle.
I go, gotta change your environment. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You're going backwards by standing still. And let that one sink in.
Oh, yeah.
You're going backwards by standing still.
Yep.
Then I hit them with all of the other questions. Right? Like, guess what? This guy has not adopted his top 100 circle of influence. This guy has not reached out to them and asked them for their help because his business is growing. This guy is still trying to bleed the same referrals out of the same agents he's worked with for the past 10 years, and he hasn't really gone out there and brought in some fresh blood and some fresh relationships.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, none of these people did I even have time to start talking about, hey, what are you doing to get more current client referrals? What are you doing right now to get more past client referrals? How are you turning 1 annual mortgage review into 3? How are you turning 1 pre-approval into 3? All things that we learned when we had Chris Clock on this show that Chris and his team do so marvelously. Oh, that's a tough one for me to say. Marvelously.
Especially at the end of the day.
Marvelously, right? But it was the simple basics.
Yeah.
You're looking to double your business, simple basics. If you don't have the discipline to do it yourself, which most of us don't, hire a coach.
Yep.
And I don't care if you hire us at TLOP. I want you to. I'm super proud of everything that we've built, and I love the direction that we're growing. I really do. But what matters most is that you improve. If you improve, then you serve your community at a higher level. You touch and impact more lives. And if you improve because we encourage you to do so, then we get to play a small part in that, which means I get to fulfill my mission of shaping the future of mortgage lending. So if you can't do it on your own, then hire someone to teach you not what to do, because I think you know what to do. You do know what to do. It's to teach you how to do it. It's to explain to you why and to help hold you accountable to actually putting in the work. You can do so through boot camps. You can do so through one-on-one coaching. Or some people, Mike, and I love this for them, they have learned to gamify our community.
Yeah.
Right? So we have a coaching community, and now we have a new term. It's called the 2x2x2. And they're like, D.O., I don't need to spend $2,000 a month for elite coaching. I don't. And maybe I'm in a place in my career where I think your boot camp isn't designed for me. I would disagree. I got 40 LOs with CMG right now going through this boot camp.
Yep.
By the way, when you purchase it through an enterprise relationship like this, you get it at a massive, massive deal. Okay, just FYI, any mortgage companies out there, anyone working for a mortgage company that has 100 plus originators, all you need is about 25 or 30 of you that have gas in the tank, super important to me. You have a high ceiling, right? No dum-dums. I want full-time. And you're not yet funding 5-6 loans a month. You're not doing 50-60 transactions. You know you can do 100, but you're not even yet doing the 50 to 60 a year, the 4 or 5 or 6 a month. Dude, I have this 6-month program that has turned non-producers into top producers. Men and women have gone from never closing a loan to making $500,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
Men and women have gone from closing $1 million a month to $3 million a month through this program. And what I have the ability to do now is I can take it to entire organizations, and I can coach and train 25, 30 at a time, and I can do so at a deep group discount. The other way is you just wait every 6 weeks, and we are doing this program. Coach Christy coaches it, and it's my curriculum, and her results have actually been better than mine because I think she is better at holding people accountable than even I am.
Yeah, Coach Christy rocks.
And I think that accountability is really working.
Yeah.
So, where I was getting at with all of this is you can gamify our coaching community. If you didn't want the boot camp, you're not ready for elite, then 2x2x2 is simply this. We have 4 coaching calls a month. Mandate to yourself that and commit to 2 of them. Get on, ask questions, take notes, and implement what you learn. We have 4 sales trainings a month. These are live. Okay, commit to 2 of them. Get on, ask questions, take notes, and implement what you learn.
Mm-hmm.
We offer coach on call 3 days a week. That's 12 times a year. You have an opportunity to get one-on-one with one of the coaches for 10 or 15 minutes, just mano y mano.
Yep.
Okay, 2 times a month. Leverage that. Tell the coach what you're trying to accomplish.
Yep.
Ask them for their input on your scenario, on your situation, on your marketing idea. Even ask that coach to hold you accountable. Hey, Coach Brian, next month, I'm going to do this, this, and this, but I'm going to check in with you, and you are going to be my accountability partner.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Brian is coach on call at least twice a month. I'm coach on call at least twice a month. Christy, she's coach on call twice a month. You could totally gamify our community, and our community is like less than $300 a month for all of this access. But again, we might not be your flavor. Whoever your flavor is, if you're not going to be disciplined to do it yourself, and you're not going to have someone showing you how and explaining to you why and holding you accountable, then I'm afraid we're going to be having this conversation next year and the year after and the year after, because y'all have no excuse. You know what to do. Now it's a matter of actually doing it.
Yeah.
There we go. That's my rant. I don't know if that was even a podcast episode.
It's powerful.
Was that a coaching session?
That was a coaching session.
Or is that like a rant?
That was awesome.
Okay.
No, but I think there's a lot of value in the career advisory lead. You know, everything that's coming in through that platform. There's a lot of information in there. I mean, it's a consultation. Like, it's a free coaching call with these people one-on-one. So it's pretty wild that we're doing that.
Yeah, look, and everything you'd ever want on our website. It's
Yeah.
tloponline.com, TLOP.online.com.
You hover over connect, and there's a career advisory form.
Yeah, listen to the marketing guy who built the website. But yes, I mean, but it's on that website. If you hover over connect, you can sign up for our newsletter. Newsletters get you invited to free coaching calls.
Yes.
We do 1 free coaching call a month. The invites go to everyone who receives our newsletter.
That's right.
By the way, if you used to receive our newsletter and then you quit liking to read it, and then you all of a sudden unsubscribed, then guess what? You're not getting invited to all of the free coaching that we are offering. But it's also where you can click on career advisory. It's where you can find out all about these coaching opportunities that we are telling you about. And look, if you made it this far and you're still tuned in, we will give you a free 14-day trial.
Yep.
We have a free 14-day trial to our coaching community. Everything that you need is on the website. And, worst case is worst. Reach out to me, first name Dustin, last name Owen. I am all over LinkedIn. So to the guy in Tallahassee and the girl in Ohio and the guy in Nebraska, I thank you. I thank you because you inspired me to record this episode with Mike and Karina to bring value to all of you, which is the audience. We appreciate you tuning in. If you're on Spotify or Apple, make sure you give this a 5-star review. It's what tells the algorithm that this content doesn't suck and other people should also tune in and listen. At the same time, if you're watching us on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. It's how you get notified every time we drop a new piece of content. And by the way, if you've never been to our YouTube channel, you're probably missing out. It's not just a place to watch the podcast. We have 3 different additional types of content that we are posting on a weekly basis. We have Talk Mortgage to Me. We have Mortgage School. We have the DO Show. We have Coach's Corner. It is the #1 free resource for sales training and business coaching in the entire mortgage industry.
You're welcome.
Yes, Mike says
you're welcome.
Well, although she's not on camera, she is the person who edited this entire episode. So let's give a shout out to Special K, our very own Karina Mojica, for being our producer extraordinary. He's marketing Mike, my right-hand man. I'm Dustin Owen. You just tuned in to the Loan Officer Podcast. That's all the time we have for you today, but we do look forward to catching you on the next episode. Peace.